So I met Sam Weinmiller on drumline. He was a year older than me, a year above me in high school. And one summer he was just like, "Yo, do you want to make a band that sounds like Mac?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So we headed to his basement, and not really knowing what we were doing, we tried to record a song. He had an iPad with a very cracked screen, so we kind of held that up to the drums. Somehow we got a whole song onto this iPad and exported it. I emailed it around a bunch, kind of started some social media accounts for like a band. We chose to call it Vansire. It was just a random word we found online. It means a mongoose. It means absolutely nothing at all. Minnesota Public Radio's The Current heard it and ended up playing it. And that was insane. We were like, whoa, we made it. So I get to Oberlin, and it's kind of a bummer, as Oberlin can be sometimes. So I started kind of just writing some random stuff. I remember in particular, one day I was sitting on a bench outside of my dorm. I just had this little guitar, and then like a car alarm started going off in the distance, and I started strumming along to it and just humming some stuff, and that became the basis of the song 11 Weeks. That January, as our semesters finished, I went back for my winter term for academic credit, recorded a new EP with Sam, and the EP was pretty well received. It actually started getting talked about by some different blogs and stuff. At the very end of the school year, I remember Sam texted me this synth loop. He's like, "Yo, listen to this." I was walking out of the FEV, and I held my phone up to my ear and played the synth loop, and I was like, wow. Drove back to Minnesota from Oberlin, and pretty much the first thing we did was make a song out of that synth loop, and that became the song Brown Steady. That was the first song off what we decided we wanted to be our new album. At the same time, we wanted to start playing live more, so we pulled in Sam's younger brother who played bass on some recordings, Isaac, this guy Forrest who had heard us on the radio, and a guy named Rob who played on drumline with Sam, and the five of us sort of comprised the live Vansire show, and we started gigging around a fair bit. We did hit a low point though in the summer. We did a larger Midwest jaunt out to Chicago and back. The last show was in Chicago. We were the closers that night, and the guy before us was playing this karaoke track with eerie children's sounds and doing this kind of atonal guitar soloing stuff, and he kind of scared everyone away. And all of a sudden the venue was empty, and we were on, and the sound guy left, and we played a set to an empty room in the bottom of a bar in Chicago. Unrelated, I'd emailed this rapper named Chester Watson to maybe feature on one of my separate projects, and at the bottom of the email I sent him a link to some Vansire stuff, and out of the blue he responded and he was like, "Let's do something together." I was like, whoa, Vansire with rapping, what would that sound like? That happened to coincide with this new jam that Isaac and Sam were throwing around, so we recorded this instrumental, sent it to Chester Watson, and within 24 hours he had this ridiculously good verse on it.
I'm on the brink of nirvana, I'm so omniscient, see all, and I'ma miss you, I'm overseas and still haven't seen God. That brother MIA as fuck, my mama pray for me often, bet she probably shaped my luck. I've been surrounded by crosses ever since I could look. Up on the balcony, smell the sea and the breeze, and if you ever did doubt on me, I would truly hate to be you. Honestly, it's me and my family on the easel, so that's the reason I see some people.
All of a sudden it was starting to look more like a mixtape than an album, and I was suddenly working with heroes of mine who I never thought I'd even get to talk to. This one fashion blogger named Madeline used our song in a video she did, and she offered to make a music video for us, and we'd had just enough money saved up from our summer jobs and from Spotify earnings to fly to LA. So Sam and I went to LA for this whirlwind 48 hours, met her and filmed the video for our song Halcyon Age.
And you could say that I was nervous then, fairly awkward now. If the speaker is loud, when you feel self-doubt, if there's any chance that we still hang out, we could detail dreams while we stare at passing clouds.
It's done now. I remember we named the last song. I was texting Sam and we're like, oh my god, this album we've been working on for over a year is finished. What do we do now? And it's gonna drop in a week, and I have no clue what's next.